Good morning, Jorelle.
Good morning, ma'am.
Can you please introduce yourself?
I am Jorelle Samaniego. I am 39 years old, single mother of one boy and one girl.
Okay. Why do you want to work as a domestic helper?
I want to work as a domestic helper in Malaysia because it's near in the Philippines and at the same time in the Philippines and to help my family and my kids' future.
Okay. How are you qualified for this job?
I think I am qualified because I have already experienced for 12 years as a domestic helper in Hong Kong.
Okay. May I know what is your education level is?
I am a undergraduate of nursing and a caregiver graduate, ma'am.
Okay. What is your recent experience, your last job experience?
My last job is a housemaid in the
Okay.
Philippines, ma'am.
All right. Have you worked abroad?
Yes, ma'am. I work in Hong Kong for almost 12 years.
Okay. Currently, are you still working now?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you medically fit?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any serious injury or illness?
No, ma'am.
Are you taking any medication like vitamins?
No, ma'am.
Is your child normal delivery or C-section?
Normal delivery, ma'am.
Do you have any tattoo?
No, ma'am.
Do you smoke?
No, ma'am.
Do you drink alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Do you know how to cook?
Yes, ma'am. A simple Chinese food and Filipino food.
Okay. May I know what is your other special skills?
I know how to simple baking just for have a instruction, ma'am.
Okay, so that means you can do baking, but you need an instruction.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you do your, any like baking with instruction?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if let's say there's no instruction, someone employer ask you to do like a lemon cake.
I go for the in research, ma'am.
Okay, so you will check in the website and you will do.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
understand. Okay, do you have experience in taking care of baby?
No, ma'am.
So if you don't have experience in baby, then what? I mean, can you handle kids like 1 year old to 15 years old?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you can handle kids.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, do you have experience in taking care of elderly?
Just for assisting, ma'am.
How about bedridden? Do you have
No,
experience?
ma'am. No,
No.
ma'am.
All right. Okay. Are you willing to work with any race employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you willing to work with an employer where the parents, parents-in-law, or any other relatives stay together?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you aware that you have to do all the house chores, gardening, and car wash?
Yes, ma'am.
How many kids do you have?
Two, ma'am.
Are you legally married?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sorry to ask, but it's a part of my job that I have to ask you. Are you a part of LGBT?
No, ma'am.
All right. When your baby was born, who took care of your baby?
My mother, ma'am.
Who will take care of your kids if you work abroad?
My mother.
Okay, Joral, I want to ask you a question. Since you are undergraduate for nursing, so can you explain to me more in details? Like, do you think you can handle like a sick person? Do you know how to give? Do you know how to handle like any emergencies or how? Can you explain to me?
Like a simple emergency, ma'am, fever, cough, like that, ma'am. I can give medicine, simple injection, take BP.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you know how to, if let's say any maybe sick or cough, do you know what are the medication need to be given?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you know, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
other than that, if let's say any serious illness, do you have experience?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. All right. So that means your nursing is, as you say, it's only book, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
So you haven't do like go to a hospital,
Hospital. No, ma'am.
haven't yet. Ah, okay. All right. So you are not allowed to use handphone during working hours. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
No friends or relative can come to your employer house. Do you agree and understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You strictly need to surrender your phone to your employee in the morning and they will return back once your work is done. Do you agree and understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you misuse the handphone policy, employer will confiscate your phone and you're allowed to call 4 times in a month only. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand the rules and the regulation of the handphone policy?
Yes, ma'am.
You are not allowed to use makeup or wear sexy clothes. Do you understand and agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you pay any placement fee when you apply the job in the Philippine agency?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any allergic to food like seafood or
No.
any medication?
No, ma'am.
Are you afraid of any pets?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any friends or relative here in Malaysia?
No, ma'am.
How many years are you planning to work in Malaysia?
I want to finish my job, ma'am, so that my employer can happy. 2 years, or if he or she want to extend, I can, ma'am.
All right, understand. So you're willing to extend if needed help, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you already taken your vaccine and booster?
Yes, ma'am. I have 4 shots already.
Can I know what are the shots?
The 4 shots, ma'am, is Pfizer.
Pfizer. Okay. Have you infected by COVID Omicron before?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand and agree? We will upload your video recording and CV in our YouTube and website.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Jorel, if your employer is watching your video right now, what would you like to say to your employer?
Good day, ma'am, sir. I hope you choose me to work in your family because I am hard work, trustworthy, and I'm willing to finish my contract because it's for the future of my kids and to help my family. Thank you, ma'am, sir.
Okay, Jorel, if ever there's any employee interested with your CV, we will let know your agency.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.